Allison.
Hello, Carlos. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm excited because
It's your topic.
well, it's not only our topic. I mean, look around. Listen to us.
I left town for a week, and I came back, and you have a whole podcast studio set up.
Well,
I'm impressed.
I didn't really believe in you, but now we're past the 30 episode.
I made the cut.
I should have said I never believe in us.
Okay.
Because we're a team together. But no, the truth is, let's see if we like it. Let's see if this works. And I think that we've been having a pretty good reception on it. So why not? Let's make it.
Give it a whirl.
Yeah, let's make it. So yeah, we have new microphones. Mm-hmm. Actually, I gotta give a shout out to a friend of mine. His name is Tom Fisher. He listened to the podcast all the time, and
he said it sucked. He couldn't hear us.
I did ask him, hey, Tom, what do you think that we can improve? He said, well, maybe if you have like professional microphone and the sound will be a little better, like that would be something. And it made me think, I mean, why not, right? I mean, they're affordable right now. That's one thing that you couldn't do back in the day when I was working in television. The cameras and recording equipment was just so expensive and so big and inaccessible for people that
right.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, probably we're looking at, with all the gear that we have in here, it wouldn't be even enough to buy a couple of mics back then.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Because everything else is going up these days.
Well, I'm not saying that it's not going, that the price is not going. It's just that the technology has been able to reduce the price
right.
of and this is, I mean, this is an Audio Technica. It's a pretty good microphone, but it's not really top of the line.
Hey, I think it's pretty top of the line.
Right,
it's better than my little lapel pin that I ordered a couple of years ago when I thought I was going to start a video series.
Well, we're very excited to have, a mixer. Probably most likely the sound of the interview is going to be much better. The sound of ourselves are going to be much better for people listening. Thank you, Tom. So moving forward, that's one thing that you can count on us.
That's right.
Professional sound. Talking about professional sound, we're going to talk.
What are we going to talk about?
Boxing.
Boxing. Yes, boxing. So I'm excited about this because I did cardio kickboxing once a week for a couple years and loved it. I know it's very different, but I mean, it's using the same muscles, right? Similar?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say very different. I mean, obviously you cannot kick on boxing, but...
That's against the rules.
But the punching part... yeah, I mean, I don't see why it would be any difference on it. Now, I think that what you mentioned is that this, Sean, we're going to talk to Sean. They do a boxing as a sport itself.
Yes. So Sean Fink with White Rock Boxing is who we're going to have on today. And you said he's trained professional boxers.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea we even had something like that in our little town of Chapin.
Oh no, we do have like he mentioned. Well, how about we listen to him?
Okay. Let's do it.
And we're here with Sean Fink. Sean, how you doing today, my friend?
Good, Carlos. Hi, thanks for having me.
Hey, Sean, thanks so much for coming on today.
Hi, Allison.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a boxing trainer at the White Rock Boxing Gym. I've been in the fight game pretty much all my life. I started boxing when I was 9. Started trading fighters in my early 20s, and I'm 56 now. Time flies.
Oh, it does fly, Sean. Sean, you're the head trainer right now at Stanick Boxing, right?
At the White Rock Boxing Gym, yes,
Stanick
sir.
White Rock Boxing, and that's on White Rock off 76.
Yeah, Dutch Fork Boulevard.
All right, tell me
right there in White Rock, right by the Exxon.
All right, tell me a little bit. When did you start there, and how does that work? Do you just walk in and talk to you? Like how does that work?
Yeah, pretty much anybody can come on in and walk in. We've got all walks of life that go there. We've got from like yourself. We have attorneys. We have police officers in there, real estate agents, also mixed in with professional and amateur boxers too. It's a great variety of people in there.
What are the benefits of boxing compared to other sports?
The conditioning level. I mean, it puts you in a great frame of mind. You're learning something new. I find with the success we have with the people that are there, it's not only the weight loss and all that, but you're constantly learning. It never gets old. You're never going through the same thing twice. It never becomes a rut. You can be boxing for 10 years and you'll still be learning stuff. And that's what keeps people coming back. And I think that's the key to our success.
Now, do y'all have mainly men in there, Sean, or do you have some women in there boxing as well?
We know we got Carlos in there amongst us. And we have plenty of females in there too. A lot of high school students. I always like to talk about Jen. She's a female cop from Lexington County, and she's been with us going on 2 years now. And I won't give all her stats out, but she's done a fantastic job. We have all walks of life though in there. It's a fun place to be.
Awesome, Sean. One of the misconceptions that I've had with people when I mention, hey, I'm going to a boxing gym, I've been training on boxing, people will say, but don't they beat your face out? Do you like
Yeah, that's a big misconception.
Do you like to get punched? What do you tell people?
Some people do actually like to get punches. It's odd in that thing. Even fighters, you don't want to get hit. It's something you accept along the way. But for 90% of the people in the gym, it's just the workouts you get. You don't actually get in the ring and spar unless, of course, you want to. And I find 9 times out of 10, the people that say at the beginning they don't ever want to get in the ring, once they really start learning it, they decide they want to try it a little bit. And that's when it becomes a lot more fun. The fear of getting punched in the face is always way worse than the actuality of it.
I'm going to take your word for that.
and then again, when you have the headgear on and the full face and the gloves, Carlos will tell you, you don't feel any of that. It's
oh yeah.
Now when you see the pros in there,
yeah,
the amateurs get in there, that's a whole nother world. They're really going at it, and that's fun to watch too.
No, you do feel it, but Sean is right about the fact that the first punch you get in the face is completely different on your number 25 or 100 or something like
right,
that.
Exactly.
You kind of learn how to get punched in the face and realize, oh, wait a second, it's not that bad.
It's true. We've had plenty that have come through there. I got a real estate agent now. John, he likes to get in there every Saturday, and he comes at you hard, and you have to hit it and get it back. But he loves it. Some people live for it. It's not for everybody, but those that it is for, it's life changing. That's a fact.
It is. Sean, I've noticed. I've been going to that gym for over a year now, and I've noticed that the growth of the gym. I remember when I started, or actually, I remember even before I started, you can barely see a car or two parking there in the afternoon. Now you can't find parking.
Right.
What do you think is going on in the world of boxing? It's just many people going in? Is part of the gym is now being more? What do you think is the growth taking place for?
The biggest thing for White Rock has been the word of mouth. Billy opened up it was the early 90s, I believe. I started going out there working with just a fighter or two, and it wasn't open at the beginning to become a facility like it is now. And it has graduated through the years. But when Billy called me a couple of years ago, I was working with some fighters out there. We talked about coming in on a more consistent basis and did a little advertising. And now word of mouth has gotten out, and the people that try it, like I said, it's not for everybody, but the ones that it's life-changing. We've got members that have been in there for over 2 years now, and they're bringing their friends. Their friends are bringing their friends, and it's become a real community in there. It's fun. Like I said, you got from top-notch professionals that live the life to attorneys and lawyers and police officers that just come in there once or twice a week, and they mingle together on every aspect in the gym. It's just a great array of people, and I think that's what draws people in.
So how is it set up? Do you just join the gym and come and work out as you wish? Or are there classes? If someone's interested, tell them what that would look like for them.
Well, when you join the gym, you get a key to it. So you got access to it all the time. And Billy works out those situations with you. But we're there on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 6. And then we have a beginner's class at 6 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays also. So when you first got to come in, you need more one-on-one time than you do after you get your routine down. So it takes about 2 weeks. You come on in for a couple days for 2 weeks and just get your routine down. Then you're more than welcome to come from the 4 to 6 classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Saturdays from 8 to 12, and Sundays from 8 to 12. Those are our 4 days that we're in there. But the gym is open, 7 days a week. Once you join, you get a key. And once you figure your workout out, you can do your own routine. But you're always learning. It's fun, and it's something you got to come experience before you really judge it. But the biggest step is making that first step through the front door. Once you do that, you get calmed down. I like to tell a story about Russell. Russell's about my age. He's from Newberry. He said, "Man, I've been traveling back and forth in front of this place." He got a little overweight for years, and I never have he said, the cojones to get in there. And he finally did, and he walked through. He said, "Man, I'm kicking myself. I've read this place every year. The intimidation factor was so big, but once you come in, you realize it's a family atmosphere. It's really family atmosphere. Everybody gets along real well. Everybody pushes the real fighters in there to do better. It's a real good atmosphere."
Yeah, I've seen that firsthand, and I can tell you that it's a lot of respect between fighters. A lot of respect between people. You know, they really feels. It really feels that nobody has to prove anything in there.
Right.
You know, they're
Yeah.
just there for the workout. They're just there for the sport. And yeah, you know, you're gonna punch here, you're gonna punch there, but you know, it's part of what you signed for, right?
Right, that's right. And the ones that don't want to get punched in the
Mm-hmm.
face, they get in there with the pros a lot of times. The pros will work defense. They'll sit on the ropes, and you can treat the pro like a heavy bag. And you try and land punches on him, and it only helps the professional fighter out if you're really trying to hit him. And it's weird to get involved in a situation like that, but once you do it, oh man, it's something to see. It's something to do.
Sean, how many pros are right now in the gym?
Right now, we have DeAndre Pettis, who's 10-2, just got back from a fight in Phoenix. We got Stevenson Thomas. DeAndre's a junior middleweight, 154. We have Stevenson Thomas, who's a welterweight, 147. He's 3-0 as a pro. We're to put Big Alex is going to turn pro. Alex Rhodes, he's turning pro on the December card here in Columbia. He's a Golden Glove champion in the heavyweight
Nice.
division. As long as DeAndre Pettis was also a Golden Glove champion as an amateur. Then we got a lot of top-notch amateurs in there too. It's a good atmosphere.
Awesome.
So are y'all pulling from various areas, or are most of the fighters local to Chapin?
The fighters are from all over the state. We got them coming from Myrtle Beach, from Spartanburg, a lot of them from Columbia. On a daily basis, there's at least one in there. And sometimes we'll have 4 or 5 that'll come from the state, all over the state, just to get working at the gym. But our fighters from there are just Dre, Steven, and Alex right now.
Yeah, and Dre is one of my favorite fighters. I love watching him fight. He's an amazing fighter.
Yeah, he's something else. He's 10-2 right now. He's got a bright future in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of opportunities are coming on as we speak right now. There's a deal going down that I think is going to happen for him, and that's just going to really turn him up another notch. We gave him the opportunity to go to Philadelphia a couple years ago. If anybody knows who Jerron Boots Ennis is, he's the number 1 welterweight in the world, and Dre got to live up there for 8 months and spar with that guy 3 days a week, and it really did take him up to the next level. It was a great opportunity for him. It really put him up there now.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Boots is actually one of the top ranked fighters right now
Right.
in the world.
Yeah, they're talking about him fighting Terrence Crawford next. Crawford's going to use that Errol Spence rematch clause to get some more money out of that deal before he has to fight Boots.
And Terrence Crawford is the number 1 pound-for-pound boxer in the world right now. So
Right.
we're talking about big
Right.
names. We're talking about good exposure for that. Sean, question. Before I get too deep into the boxing world, Allison is looking at me like, we're local.
Right.
What's the minimum age that you can take kids in there? And what's not just the minimum, but what's for you the recommended age for a kid to start boxing?
It depends on the situation. If the kid wants to do it, I've started them as young as 6 years old. But if the kid's being forced by their parents to do it, I have to always say this: let's give them a workout first, and then we'll see, because we're not going to babysit.
Mm-hmm.
Again, boxing's not for everybody, but the ones it is life changing. So you can gauge the kid by the way he's looking at your eye, if he's paying attention on stuff, or if he's looking at the ground and his parents are pushing him to do it. It's not a babysitting service. But we start them off as young as 6 years old, as long as they want to be there, and when they go up as old as in their 70s now. So it's all ages, but it depends on the kid at what age they can start.
And that's for training. Competition wise, what's the age that they
8
can
years
start
old.
competing?
8
years old?
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow, and
Oh, yeah.
they punch each other at 8 years old.
Yeah. Well, it's the big gloves and the headgear. And if you look up amateur boxing, you compare it to any other sports, it's safer than almost all of them. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey have way more injuries than amateur boxing. Amateur boxing, they'll stop a fight with a nosebleed. That's just how it is. Now, professional boxing, of course, is way different.
Mm-hmm.
But amateur boxing in the whole is very safe.
Now, do y'all ever host fights at the gym?
We used to through the years. We hosted the Golden Gloves all the way up to 2017. I think from 2002 to 2017, and then we got in an issue with the fire marshal. And it just became more of a hassle than anything. So Billy Stanick hosted it there for all those years, and White Rock was the epitome of it because it was center of the state. We'd have everybody, teams from all over the state coming there. It's in Spartanburg now, and they're doing a great job up there too. But it was great when we used to have it at White Rock. We used to love that. We also did pro fights there too. There were small shows. But you can take everything out of the gym and put some bleachers in the back and a bunch of chairs and fit about 300 to 400 people in there, believe it or not. And
that would be fun to see.
And a VIP area.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you've been to the VIP. We have sparred. And Alice, you don't have to come check out the next one.
Absolutely.
Sean, I got one more question. So what's next? I mean, I see that the gym has been growing and growing and growing and growing with people, with equipment. What's the future? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see the sport locally? Like, let me rephrase the question. Let me make it easier for you to answer. Do you're looking for more kids? You're looking for more adults? Do you're looking for more women? Do you're looking for more professional boxers? Like, what's that thing that you're searching for?
The boxers tend to take care of themselves, and that's something we've never had to search for. They always come to us, and that's been a great thing. Billy's been around since the 70s. I remember when I moved here when I was 14, and I met Billy, and he was running the gym then. So he's been a part of my life since I was a teenager. The boxers come to us. What I would love to see is during the day, we don't have anything going on during the day. To have the local, I think it's great for housewives, business owners, guys that are flexible in their schedules. That's the kind of ones that are coming in during the day. But I would love to start doing some personal training during the day. On the days especially that we're working with fighters, I'm up there anyway. So we're looking to expand that way. We're talking about doing some advertisement. That's why when you called the other day, I said, wow, this is coming out perfect timing. So, yeah, hopefully we can get some people to come try it out. It's always free. Come check it out and see if you like it at first. And if not, then it's no skin off our teeth. But you try it one time, usually you'll come back for more. We're taking anybody that wants to come right now.
Well, Sean, I'm going to give you one person that has never been in that gym and has never fought on a boxing match or even a sparring. And I'm going to make her commit right now in front of you that she will go and give it a shot. I'm not going to name names.
Carlos, how do you know I have not fought in a boxing match?
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Say yes.
I'll be there. I think it would be fun. It would be a good way to get out stress for sure.
Oh, that's what a lot of people use it for. Yep.
Yeah.
That heavy bag feels so much better after you're done with it. Yep.
Yeah, and I already said it was the last question, but I do have one more. What's the minimum equipment that when people are looking at it, they say, hey, but I don't have boxing glove, I don't have wraps, I don't have what do I need? Do I need the mouth guard? What will you tell them? Do I need to buy boxing shoes?
Yeah. What do they need to get started?
At the beginning, we keep a bunch of, pretty much a new set of gloves in there and wraps for someone to try out first. You want to make sure it's something you want to do before you invest anything into it. That's why we make your first one for free. And after that, it depends on what level you want to go to. If you're going to compete, then, of course, it'd be a whole other set of stuff to get. But if you're just doing it to get yourself in shape and to learn the boxing, you can go to Walmart. You can go, well, we sell gloves at the gym, too, $40. You get a set of gloves, hand wrapped, Billy gives you for free when you sign on up. So it's a very minimal investment at the beginning. Now, of course, again, if you want to compete, it would be a lot more than that. But at the beginning, just to get in the gym, it's nothing. Come out and try it anytime.
And if somebody wants to join, what is the cost for that?
It's $250 for the year, and that gets you a key, and you can get in anytime. And then we work out. It depends on the person's situation. We'll work out their monthly dues through the trainers when they get there, and that varies from as little as $75 to as much as $160 a month.
Okay.
So that's $250 one-time payment, and then you have the key to the gym that you can go and work out anytime during the day, right?
Yeah, it's hard to believe. It's hard to beat. I got a fighter right now, Stevenson Thomas. He doesn't get off work till 6, and I got to leave there at 6, come home to my boy and all. So he's been going there at night around 8 or 9. He's starting to see a few more people coming in at night now, and that's just good to see. And it's a very safe. We got cameras and everything. It's a very safe area. We never have any trouble there whatsoever. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Well, I'd be surprised if somebody tries to start trouble in a boxing gym.
Probably not the best place to do that.
Awesome. All right, Sean, thank you so much. Thank you much for joining us. And Allison, anything you want to add?
No, but I would love to come see you one day.
Oh, you
will.
We'll
definitely do that. Set it up, Carlos. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I guarantee you'll love it.
I will. She will go and maybe we'll be surprised how hard she punches.
You would
That's
be
right.
surprised.
You never know.
All right, Sean, thank you so
Thanks
much.
again.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
That was cool. You knew that was coming.
I knew it was coming. I did.
Yeah, that was very cool.
I will show up. I'll give it a whirl.
Well, it's on the record now.
I know it's on the record. I'll do it. If I said I was going to do it, I'll do it.
Okay, and you
So
know that
set
I
it
will-
up and let me know when to be there.
Awesome. Are we going to bring the cameras?
Sure, why not?
Oh, that's great. We're all going to be able to watch Allison getting punched in the face.
So I do have to say, you know, what Sean said about people driving by and the intimidation factor, that's real. I mean, I've lived here 10 years and drive by, you know, that building multiple times a week, and I would never, ever go in there by myself.
You know, and once you walk in, do you remember the Rocky movies? Mm-hmm. Those gyms, old school gyms, when you have punching bags everywhere and then you have a ring in the background. It's so cool to see. Like, I can tell you that one of the things that I like the most is that it really is like it really is a real boxing gym. You know, like no disrespect with the 9 rounds and the other stuff.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job enticing people into going and doing the workout and keeping people fit, which, you know, I appreciate a lot. But this is the sport. I mean, again.
It's a sport that you enjoy very much.
And you know what? I enjoy it for a long time, but I only was watching like the big fights, you know, like the Pacquiaos, the Mayweathers, you know, the Mike Tysons, you know, the big names.
Yeah.
Once I started practicing and started to learn a lot about, it's not just throwing punches out there, you know, there's so much science, believe it or not. You look at me
Science?
Yes, there is science.
I mean, I'm thinking skill, timing,
well, yes,
but
of
not
course.
science.
But on top of that, there is a lot of science behind the punch.
Give me an example.
All right, for example, the correct way to throw a punch, you know, and this is what I've been taught by Bob Cook. By the way, shout out to our coach, Bob Cook. He's a retired veteran. Thank you for your service, Bob. And I mean, he's an encyclopedia of combat and martial arts. But one of the things that, he's gonna kick my butt for saying this because I'm gonna make him listen to this. But anyway. What do you do when you throw a punch? Slow motion. Don't hurt me.
Okay.
See? You got that straight up right there. One of the very basics of just throwing a punch
Like
is you
my
want to twist
knuckles
it.
straight up?
Yeah. No. So on top of that, you want to hit with your
fist.
knuckles, right? By
Right.
the way, I have a problem with these knuckles just too big. What you what you want to do, you want to twist that knuckle. So when you throw a punch, you twist it
Right before you hit.
at the moment you're hitting. That's to create more damage, and that's to create more force.
So more momentum behind the punch.
I wouldn't call it momentum. I would call more friction on it. So what happens when you when you have a friction, when you do this and when you do that?
Ow.
You see? That's
The twist.
a twist, you know. So little things like that. You know, like where's the punch coming? You know, like most of the people when you see fights, you know, they're throwing the punch from all the way around here. If you think about the trajectory that it takes for the punch to land from over here, as opposed to when it's going from here, it's super short. And I could go on and on and on.
I can tell. I feel like I'm in some sort of weird science math class. Talk about trajectory and force and yeah.
Well, you did ask.
I did ask.
What's the science behind it? I will encourage you and everybody that is listening to take a deeper look at boxing. Boxing is not just going over there and getting your ass beat up, you know, or beating somebody up. There is a ton more in that. And like you said, you know, it's funny because the workouts that I get in there, you know, I thought that I was in good shape, and I walk in and I did sparring for the first time. Allison, I couldn't finish the first round. And this is 2-minute rounds. We don't do 3-minute rounds. This is only 2-minute rounds. But those 2 minutes lasted forever.
Exhausted.
Oh my! No, there is a term for it. It's called gas out.
Yeah.
You know. So when you gas out, you feel like you have a crunch in your lungs, that your muscles are not responding, that your body's just like, F you.
Within 2 minutes.
Oh, before the 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Before the 2 minutes. Allison, it's just a mix of adrenaline rush and hyperventilation and you laugh.
I thought the adrenaline was supposed to keep you from hyperventilating.
Well, yes and no. There's a science behind that. There's a science behind that. You know, the adrenaline rush is just like a match. You know, like a match,
right.
A fire match, you know. It burns, but it burns quickly. And once it's gone, all you got is the ashes. And that's how I felt, you know, like I'm telling you, you laugh about it, you know, and people will be like, oh, only 1 round, you know, maybe 2 rounds. That feeling of getting gas out, it comes out to everybody that jumps in the ring for the first time. Every single body. And it's like having a heart attack.
So what's the fix for it? Just to train more, to do more cardio so that you have, you know, a higher lung capacity? What do you do? That
helps a lot, you know. But obviously, once you start getting used to, and I want to say getting used to being punched, you know. But when you lose that fear and you say, you know what, a punch is not going to kill me. You don't want to get punched. You're not sitting in there to get punched. But when you're like, relax, you're not that tense. When you're in the ring and you have somebody square in front of you, you know, it's tense. It's a tense moment. So
right.
you every time that you see a punch coming your way, your reaction is to tense out and try to block it and try to tense and protect yourself like a rock. That's why street fights don't last more than 30 seconds.
But so what you're talking about, though, is sparring with somebody. If I were to go in there for, you know, just training, would I make it longer than 2 minutes?
I don't think so.
Great. Well, good. At least I won't be there long.
There's only one way to know, Allison. But I mean, obviously, we're going to try to see somebody. Don't worry. We'll find. We'll just go over there, have fun. And this is what I tell people. You know, don't be intimidated by it. You know, it's just an experience. You're going to be safe. Nothing's going to happen to you.
I might pass out.
You will not pass out. You will. I can guarantee you that you will find a lot of things that you never knew about yourself. Either that you can last 1 round like easily, and then you're going to be looking at me and say, man, this is a piece of cake. You're a wuss.
What were you talking about, Carlos?
Or you're going to be like, wow, I didn't know that this was so demanding. I want to do it again. I want to try to do it again. And that's what happened to me. You know, the first time.
You got hooked.
Oh, the first time I was, dude, I rode like, you know, mountain bikes with top of the hills that are like super steep, and they kicked my butt. But, you know, being on the ring, I didn't know it was so hard. And I did taekwondo too. You know,
yeah.
And taekwondo will do the same thing, you know, but at the same time, it's not. I don't know how to explain it. You have to go in the ring.
I don't know about going in the ring. I might need a little. What did he call it?
That's what I'm saying.
Training.
Drop the fear.
I need the beginner class.
Now, drop the fear. Yeah, you will. And drop the fear. Like, you're not going to train to go and fight Pacquiao or Mayweather. You know, you're just going to get training there too. And there's another thing. When you train long enough, when you are in a good situation, when you're confident about you don't have anything to prove, and you go out on the street and you don't have anything to prove to anybody, you know. So for experience, I think that it allows you to feel more comfortable about just turning your back and say it's not worth it, I'm out. So technically, by learning how to fight, you will avoid more fights, if that makes any sense.
I don't fight with people. But, you know, honestly, though, I was thinking it would be a great thing. So my oldest daughter used to take taekwondo, and she loved it. And, you know, life got in the way, and it was so far from here that I was thinking about her with the boxing. I was like, that might be something fun for us to do together. And I think it's great for women to have some self-defense skills as well.
I think it's great for anybody. Anybody in this world should have some sort of martial arts training at some point in their life. You know, I'm not saying go ahead and do it every day for the rest of your life, but some of the basic they should have. You know, I took them in with me with taekwondo, and taekwondo is great. You know, I don't want to take off from anybody. I mean, like, and there is actually Crooked Creek has a taekwondo school going on if you want to keep doing that, and Legacy Martial Arts in Irmo. that's what I did. I'm probably gonna bring them over and talk about a little bit of Taekwondo.
That would be great.
And there's a friend of mine, Amber Albritton. I always mess it up her last name. Albritton.
Okay,
she has a
Alberton.
school. Yeah, she has a school at Seven Oaks, and she also teaches self-defense. I mean, we all should know a little bit of it, and hopefully we never have to use it. You never have to be in a situation when you have to throw a punch or you have to throw a kick to defend yourself.
No, but I think it's a good mental health skill,
Absolutely.
to have that, self-confidence and security. I think it's more, to me, it's more mental than it is the physical.
And yes, you're absolutely right on that, You talk to anybody that's a trained fighter, and they're probably the humblest guy. And I'm not generalizing, because you're gonna see a lot of the UFC. I'm the best of the world, and blah blah blah. That's all a show, But the real martial artists out there, you'll see them. You talk to them, and they're not gonna tell you how many times they kick somebody's butt, or they're gonna tell you talk about how bad and bad. No. It's a whole different conversation. It's a whole different attitude. It's a whole different mindset. They don't have anything to prove. If a fight between somebody that has trained and somebody that is not trained is completely unfair. So when you see somebody that is not trained, and you're highly trained, people will be like, I'm actually going to do you a favor, On top of that, street fights are a whole different animal. Street fights, you don't want to get involved in a street fight. I know that you...
Not planning on any street fights.
You can have all sort of tricks going on in there. But, so White Rock Boxing.
Boxing.
Highly recommend to everybody. Give it a shot. Drop that intimidation from the outside. Just walk in, look for Mr. Billy Stanick. Forgot to mention, Billy Stanick is in the Hall of Fame of boxing in South Carolina. He's done for boxing for South Carolina more than probably a lot of people.
See, our little town of Chapin has all kinds of secrets.
Oh yeah. He's an eminence in the world of boxing. People know who he is. People know his name. He's gone through many years and brought up a lot of kids into the boxing, and look at him right now. He's still, you'll see him, and he's still up and running, and he shows up to the gym and gives you some tips in there. Hey, you gotta lift your elbows, you gotta do this, you gotta do that.
Awesome.
And the coolest thing is that you see him coming in, and he comes with his phones and starts recording. Mr. Billy, what you doing? I'm recording a TikTok.
At how old? What did he say he was?
I don't remember. I don't want to put it, but it's.
I don't do TikToks, so it's anybody that can do them is impressed to me. So
yeah.
Well, I think everybody should go check it out. Give them a chance. I know I certainly am, and we'll attach a link to our podcast if you want to check out their website.
And hopefully you like our new setup, our new mics, our new sound. Tom, ready to listen what you got to say, and anybody that wants to comment, feel free to reach out.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.